Two confirmed by the judge and chairman, and then right out of that flurry, right back in a leg attack. Second takedown on David Taylor. He leads 4-0. We're going to have 48 kilograms, Erin Golston, Amy Golding, Consolation semifinal. Golston was defeated by Alyssa Lampe, I believe, without looking back at the bracket.
Let's relax.
And that was a 12-2 technical fall for Lampe in the semifinal. Amy Golding fell to Cody Fowl in the quarterfinals by fall before picking up a fall of her own.
And now remember, if Dake wins this Dake Taylor matchup, sets us in the best of 3 with Jordan Burroughs. That will be later tonight at 5 o'clock. But Taylor would have to wrestle. Hopefully, if Andrew Howe beats Valencia and gets through that backside, we could see a Dake, or I mean, my mistake, a Howe-Taylor matchup to make the national team.
Well, and a lot of guys, Taylor with the bye in the quarterfinals. He only wrestled in the semifinals. So the only guy eligible not to wrestle Taylor is Tyler Caldwell. Yeah. And anybody else taking that third place spot would get a chance to wrestle for true second in the challenge, placing them third on the national team. And there was a lot of questions surrounding Kyle Dake's health coming into the tournament. Coming off that bad shoulder injury, he's shown no effects of that. Wrestled really well against Howe. Incredible scramble. Has looked great against Taylor here. As we said, Taylor's working for a score.
Wow.
Unbelievable defense over on mat 2 by Kyle Dake. 1-1 here with Golston and Golding.
Wow, Kyle Dake, that was impressive over on mat 2. Unbelievable scramble between him and David Taylor. Great job, Kyle Dake. He's up 6-0. This is pretty impressive from Kyle Dake.
And Golding behind here. Golston elects to give up the takedown rather than risking feet-to-back exposure for the 4 points. Golding now leads 3-1.
Red, open red.
Golston in on a single here, and she doubles off, and she's going to get a takedown. And that ties it up at 3.
Open, blue, get off the wrist. Open, after red.
And both of them with a 2-point scoring technique and a 1. It's still early in the match to start thinking about already, but Golston is ahead on that criteria with the last points scored.
Open red. Red action.
And now I said at some point, if I continue to pick Taylor, I've got to be right. I think I'm going to go back on that because Kyle Dake is looking so dominating. I'm not sure Taylor ever gets one from him.
I don't know. Right now, it just looks like they're on completely different levels as Dake is looking for a tech fall. I mean, are you serious? And Taylor scores his first points of the match, 8-2 right now. And Dake is so calm out there. You know, he looks like this is what he expected to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't faze him at all. He came out here to dominate David Taylor, and he just did 8-2 in dominating fashion. And we'll see Dake versus Burroughs tonight.
With that performance, I think the hype has to go through the roof that, you know, Burroughs is the lion. You know, we're going to see the lioness here in Kyle Dake try to take him out.
I don't even know if we're going to see a lioness. We're going to see a lion versus lion battle tonight for just who's the man, who's going to take over the spot at 74 kilograms. Is it going to be Jordan Burroughs still reigning or Kyle Dake? Holy smokes, this is going to be incredible. This is going to be some crazy action, and it's all going to be live here on Flow Wrestling tonight.
And, you know, it's been built up, and, you know, whoever made through the challenge tournament is going to be great. But the way that Dake came through the challenge tournament and that performance against Taylor, you've got to think there's no ill effects from the injury. Kyle Dake is ready. And
he looks better than he did before. I mean,
and he always
that's
says,
the best Kyle Dake we ever saw.
And before the World, he said, I don't train to beat Taylor. I don't train to beat Howe. I train to beat Burroughs. We'll see it tonight.
Yeah.
5-3 for Golston. Consolation semifinals. And Golston looking for a go-by. Now she puts herself in a bad position. She tries to throw over the top.
And they're going to go slip? Or
no,
they're going to go 2. Okay.
They did confirm the 2.
And that gives her the lead.
Because they both have two-point scoring maneuvers. I believe on the step-outs, they're showing green. So there weren't any cautions on the step-outs. There wasn't any fleeing the hold. Golding holding the last score. Now they've stopped that green flashing, which I'm wondering if we missed a caution as we had one eye peeled over here. They don't have either of them flashing.
Nonetheless, it looks like there's going to be more points scored, so it should clear the action for us. And Golding gets a takedown here, and she looks to lock up a leg lace as well. And we'll see if she's going to get it.
I just can't stop thinking about that 74 kilogram. Almost a letdown, and how dominant Dake was. A letdown now, but it hypes me up so much more for tonight's
And what's
best of 3
awesome
series.
is that we get best of 3. It's not just one match. We're at least going to see 2 and maybe even 3 matches between Burroughs and Dake. And what's fun is that we haven't seen that matchup in a while. It's been a lot of Burroughs and Taylor talk the last few years. It's even been a lot of Burroughs and Howe those years prior, but it's been 2 years since we've seen Kyle Dake, Jordan Burroughs, and we get to see it again. And obviously tune into that video that you talked about earlier, the Lion
King of the Jungle.
King of the Jungle video on Flow Wrestling, and you could see that 4-point huge throw that Dake hit on Taylor at the World Team Trials.
And so we had a step out. They were down on the mat. No points were scored on that. 7-5 is going to be the final. Erin Golston moves on to the 3rd place bout.